Carol. I'm so glad you joined us. Today is class 16 of our 30-class active chair yoga journey together. We'll once again tap into our own natural fat-burning capabilities with a standing sun salutation. Let's experience our chair yoga practice as a community together. Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you joined us today. Check out the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage for easy access to videos to the body area you want to work on, or the amount of time you have for your practice today, or if you want to stay seated or stand more. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget, it's free, and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. In today's practice, we'll explore poses to get us moving. You'll only need a chair for today's class, and let's get started. So we're going to take a moment as we move forward in our chair to ground our feet, connect to that heart center, right? Letting go of everything outside of the room. Close the eyes. Begin to feel that natural inhalation and exhalation. Let's make that inhalation a little deeper and that exhalation a little longer. Let's inhale to 4 counts and exhale to 5. Something like this. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Release your hands down to your thighs and open your eyes. Let's roll our shoulders forward and up and back and down. And do that again. So just nice shoulder rolls here. Full range of motion for those shoulders. And then we're going to stop and we're going to reverse that. So it should feel good. And let's do that one more time. I don't know about you, but I hear a little crunching going on. All right, very, very good. All right, so we're going to bring our hands to heart. And I want you to think about lifting up long through the spine and opening up through that throat. One more breath here. Now we're going to bring our hands to our thighs, pull our belly button in and round into our cat pose. Tucking the chin, letting the head fall. Now we're going to come into a cow pose and we're going to grab the back of that chair. But remember how we lifted up a long spine and then through the throat? So have that same sensation. And let's do that again. Round down into that cat pose. Don't worry about the breath here. Let's go ahead and lift up into that cow pose again. Grabbing the back of the chair, squeezing the shoulder blades behind, lifting up. Opening up through that chin, feeling that throat open. One more breath, and down we go. And release. Very good. Okay, we're going to move into extended mountain. So we're going to bring our fingertips towards the ceiling. Now, if at any time this bothers your shoulders, just bend your elbows a little bit and that'll take some of the pressure off of those shoulders. Okay, so fingertips to the ceiling. If it feels okay for you, arms are long, belly is tight. Bring your palms together. Interlace your fingers. Pointer finger is up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to lean our mountain. Now, as you lean, think about keeping the opposite hip down on that chair, so we're not letting that hip hike up. All right, let's come up, and then we're going to go to the other side. And we're going to come up and let's go ahead and just bring our hands down and take just a little break. Maybe we roll those shoulders again, if that feels good. Okay, and reverse it. Okay, so we're going to do that same extended mountain again, but we're going to add a twist here. So let's come back up, fingertips to the ceiling. Belly is tight, shoulders are down. I know my shoulders aren't hiking up into the ears, right? So bring those shoulders down, palms together, interlace fingers, pointer finger is up. Okay, we're going to lean that mountain again. Now, we're just simply going to turn and look up at the ceiling. All right, let's take that twist out. All the way back to the ceiling, our hands go, and then we're going to lean the other way, and then we're going to turn and we're going to look up at the ceiling again. Just adding a little twist here. One more breath. Take the twist out. Go ahead and bring the hands up to the ceiling. Bring them down to your thighs. Okay, very, very good. So I'm going to take my right leg, and I don't know, I'm moving a little closer to the edge of my chair, and I'm going to extend that right leg out. Toes are up to the ceiling, okay? I'm going to extend my arms up, just like I did a moment ago, into that extended mountain. Now I'm going to bring my hands out towards the wall in front of me, and then I'm going to bring them down towards my foot. So your hands do not have to touch your feet, so don't worry about that. Whatever works for you. All right, let's come up. So what I do want you to think about, though, is the extension. All right, so we're extending up first, belly tight, spine long. Now we're extending out. Try to touch the wall in front of you, and then maintain that extension as you come down. You'll feel a pretty good stretch into that hamstring. We're going to do that again. Up we go. Let's inhale here, and then exhale as you come out and down. And then this final time. Up we go. Inhale, out, and down we go. One more breath here. All right, come up, bend that knee, put the foot on the floor. Then we're going to go to the other side. All right, so extend the opposite leg out, toes to the ceiling. So we have a slight micro bend to the knee, but we're not bending the knee. Does that make sense? Just a little bit of a bend is fine. Extending those arms up towards the ceiling first. So feel that stretch. Belly is tight, right? Extending those hands out towards the wall in front of you, trying to touch. Just stretch as much as you can. Then we're going to bring the hand down towards the leg. So we're just hanging out here for a couple of breaths. A little static pyramid pose. Then we're going to come up and we're going to do that again. Extending nice and long first. Belly stays tight. Out we go with those hands trying to touch the wall in front of you. Then you're going to let those hands come down towards the mat, or the leg actually I should say. All right, now we're going to add a little movement to that. Inhale up. Exhale, touch the wall, and down we go. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, try to touch that wall, and down we go. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, touch that wall, and down we go. And hang out here a couple more breaths. And release. We're going to bend that knee, put that foot back on the floor, and grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. Now you want to be a little bit forward so that we're going to be doing a sun salutation, and you don't want to hit the back of your chair when you make your circles, okay? So just make sure. Have those feet about hip distance apart, okay? So the feet aren't too close together. So you want to have a little bit of distance there so that you can feel stable. Let's bring our hands to our heart. We're going to take a big circle up all the way up to that mountain pose. And then we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Now we're going to come back up to mountain pose. And we're going to make that big circle around and bring our hands to our heart. Okay, we're going to do that again. Big circle. There's your inhale. Mountain pose. Exhale as you bring your hands to heart. Back up to mountain pose. Big circle around and bring your hands to your heart. Okay, we're going to add on. Here we go. Big circle up and around to mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Now we're going to come back up to mountain pose, and we're going to dive forward, belly button to spine. Swan dive forward. Put your hands on those thighs and halfway lift, extending nice and long through the spine. Head in one direction, seat in the other direction. One more breath. Bend your knees, and let's roll up into a standing position. Here we go. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. Mountain pose, hands to heart. Back up to mountain pose. We're going to swan dive forward. Place your hands on those thighs. Give me a halfway lift here, extending long. Bend the knees, roll it up into a standing position. Okay. Now, we're going to do a full halfway lift. So instead of hands on thighs, we're going to bring our hands to our shins, okay? And then we're going to do a little forward fold. So remember, if you want to keep your hands on thighs, you'll be here, and then your forward fold, you'll still have your hands on your thighs, and then you'll roll up, okay? So that's fine. If that feels better for you, for your back, that's fine. Pull that belly in. Protect that low back. Are we ready? Here we go. Big circle. Up we go. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Is your belly button tight? Belly button to spine. Up we go. Dive it forward. Protect that low back. Hands on shins if that feels okay. Halfway lift. Inhale here. Exhale. Forward fold. Ready? We're going to reverse swan dive. Up we go. I know the chair's a little bit in the way, but don't worry about it. Hands up to mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Up we go. Dive forward. Belly button to spine. Hands on shins for that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. All the way to mountain pose. And bring your hands to your heart. Okay, so how's that feeling? Is everybody feeling okay? We're going to do that again, but we're going to add a chair pose. So as we're in our forward fold, then we're going to bend our knees and we're going to shoot our hips back into a chair pose. Now, in your chair pose, I want you to feel a lifting up. In fact, if you want to join me real quick, I want you to feel your weight back, right? So knees are behind toes, weight is back. My heart is lifted. So I'm not collapsing down on myself. I'm lifting up. Okay, so I'm trying to make my quads and my abdominals do the work. All right, and then we'll go from there. So let's see how we feel about that. Bring your hands to heart. So we're going to start with that big circle. Up we go. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Then we're going to come back up to mountain pose, and we're going to dive forward. Belly button to spine. Protect that low back. Really. Hands on shins for that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Are we ready? Bend your knees. Shoot your hips back. Bring your hands to heart into your chair pose. Now, if you want to extend those arms out, that's fine. No wrinkles in the neck. I'm looking down. Hands to heart. Heart to thighs. Hands to the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Let's reverse swan dive all the way back up to standing position. And bring your hands to your heart. Everybody feeling okay? We're going to do that again. Up we go. Mountain pose. Let's dive forward. Belly button to spine. Hands on shins for that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Ready? Chair pose. Come into your version of chair pose. If you want to extend those arms out, go for it. Ready? Hands to heart. Heart to thighs. Hands to the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. Mountain pose. And bring your hands to heart. We're going to do that just like that one more time before we add on. Up we go. Dive it forward. Hands on shins for that halfway lift. Lengthen through that spine. Forward fold. Ready for chair pose? You got it. All right, hands to heart. Heart to thighs. Hands to the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. mountain pose, and bring your hands to your heart. Okay, so how does that feeling? Is everybody doing okay? So what we're going to add next is a twist. So we'll come into our chair pose, then we're going to bring those hands to heart, and then we're going to twist. Okay, so I'll take us through it, but we're going to do the whole sun salutation with the chair pose and then with the twist. Bring your hands to heart. Ready? Here we go. Up we go, mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to come back up to mountain pose, and then we're going to dive forward. Remember, belly button to spine. Here we go, all the way down. Hands on shins for that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Ready for chair pose? Let's do it. Let's leave our hands at heart. Now, we're going to turn and we're going to twist and look at our chair. Okay, so everybody, if you would, look down and make sure this right knee isn't coming forward. So we want the twist to happen right at the ribs, not the hips and the legs, okay? So this hip stays back. The twist is happening right at the ribs. And let's go ahead and open. Oh, yeah. One more breath here. Bring your hands back to heart. We're going to come center and we're going to twist the other way. And then we're going to open. Hold and breathe. If you don't want to open, that's fine. Your hands are at heart. It's A-okay. Make sure that knee is back. Make sure the hips are back. One more breath. Bring your hands back to heart. Come back to chair pose. Are we ready? We're going to forward fold. Ha. Hands on shins for that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to do that just like that before we add on. Up we go. Dive it forward. Ha. Hands on shins for that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose. Okay, we're going to twist away from our chair. And we're going to open up our wingspan. We're going to bring our hands back to heart. We're going to come back center. Let's twist towards our chair. Open. Bring your hands back to heart. Take your twist out. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. And bring your hands to your heart. Okay. How's everybody feeling? We have one final add-on. So what's going to happen is we're going to be in our chair pose, and we're going to be twisting, and then we're going to look down and we're going to lift our opposite heel up, push our foot back into our revolved crescent lunge. See how nice it is to have that chair right there, right? So it's a little bit of balance. It's going to be working, all right? So, and then, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. It's okay. All right. This is it, though. This is the last thing we're going to do. We're going to add that crescent lunge in, and then we're going to revolve that crescent lunge, and this is the last piece. We're not adding anything else on. All right. Bring your hand, but we may do that twice. Bring your hands to your heart. Ready? Hey, we're moving today. Up we go to mountain pose. Bring those hands to heart. Back up we go. Let's dive it forward, belly button to spine. Hands on shins for that halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale as we forward fold. Let's come into that chair pose. Add that breath if you want. Take a deep breath in. Let's twist towards our chair. Okay, look down at your feet. You're going to take that right heel off the floor. Pull that belly in. Shoot that foot back behind you. And here we are in revolved crescent lunge. I know. One more breath. Now listen to my voice. Bring that back foot forward again. Take the twist out, forward fold. Okay, halfway lift. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Come back into your chair pose. Now we're going to twist the other way. Look down at your feet. Lift that heel up. Shoot that foot back into your revolved crescent lunge. Pull that belly in. Working it super hard. One more breath. Bring that back foot forward. Take the twist out. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Ha, chair pose. Whoo. All right, are we ready? Twist towards your chair. Bring that foot back behind you. Belly is tight. Revolved crescent lunge. Back foot comes forward. Take the twist out. Forward fold. halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, come back into your chair pose. Zip, we got it. Twist the other way, look down at your feet, left foot up, left heel up, push it back. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. One more breath here. Bring that back foot forward. Take the twist out. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. Mountain pose. And bring your hands to your heart. Ha! All right. Let's come to seated. And grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. Now in this series, we're going to be doing a press on our chair. And so I want to make sure that the chair is on a mat, a sticky mat, or on carpet, or you've got it up against the wall. I don't want it to be pressing away from you. So the idea too is that you're going to be pressing your weight down, and not out. But it's better if it's on a mat or a carpet. Okay? All right, so we're going to face that chair, and the leg that's next to the back of the chair is the one that you're going to take a little step under, and then when you bend your knee, you can feel that leg touching the chair, okay? So with the other leg, you're going to take a step back. That back foot is at that 45-degree angle, okay? So you're not up on the toes. You're going to bring the hips forward, bend the front knee, bring your hands to your heart. All right? Okay, so pull the belly in, lengthen through the tailbone, making sure that your abdominals are super tight here. We're going to inhale, and on an exhale, we're going to extend our arms up for a full expression of a warrior one. Now, starting with this right arm, you're going to windmill around into a warrior two. So notice that my knee is still bent. My knee is still touching that chair. My ribs are in the center. We're going to flip this front palm up and back to reverse our warrior. Looking up, feel that stretch. We're going to go back to that warrior two. And then we're going to come into a side angle pose. Okay? So we're just going to hang out here in our side angle pose. Then we're going to do all of that one more time. Let's press back up into our warrior two. And then we're going to come back into a warrior one. Then we're going to move to that warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior up and back. Let's come into our side angle pose. We're going to place this hand in the chair. Then we're going to press up into a warrior two. And we're going to windmill back around into a warrior one. Back into our warrior two. Reverse warrior up and back. Going to come back to that warrior two. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this hand to the chair. We're going to bring this other hand down and around. So now I'm up on those back toes. My front knee is bent here. And then I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows. And I'm going to press up, and I'm going to come back around into that warrior two. I'm going to reverse the warrior up and back. Come back to warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in the arms. And then we're going to come to the other side. Now, I still have some additional add-ons to do, but let's do the other side. Give this leg a little break, this front leg. We'll do the other side, and then we're going to come back. So when we were doing our presses with our leg on the floor, we're going to try it by doing a full press, meaning both legs are going to be back. But we'll see. Okay, so here we go. So again, remember, it's the leg that's next to the back of the chair. Otherwise, you're going to be, if you're here trying to move and twist, that's not what I want, right? So it's the leg that's next to the back of the chair. That's the one that's under the chair. Bend the knee. Other leg steps back. Bring the hips forward. Bring your hands to your heart. Abdominals are tight. Lengthen through that tailbone. Bring your hands to your heart, and then we're going to bring those hands up to the ceiling. All right, are we ready? We're going to windmill around to that warrior two, facing me. Down and around back up to that warrior one. And around to that warrior two. Let's do that again. Back to your warrior one. And to warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior. Flip that palm up and back. Back to warrior two, and we're going to go to that side angle pose. Let's press it up. Back to warrior one. Move to your warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. We're going to go back to our side angle pose. Now bring this back arm around. Both hands are in the seat of the chair. Front knee is bent. My hips are around. I'm up on that back toe. And then I'm just going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to press up. And I'm going to bend my elbows. And I'm going to press up. I'm going to come back around to warrior two. And to warrior one. And step out of it. Okay. How does that feel? So you can stick with that version and be just fine. But if you're with me, we're going to come back to the other side of our chair. And the only difference, we're still going to do all of those same poses, and we're moving, right? So today is all about moving. But when I get to the presses, instead of that knee staying forward, I'm going to bring that knee back. I'm going to bring my weight forward, and then I'm going to press, okay? So you don't have to do that version. You know, you can leave that leg on the floor and give yourself some support, and it's fine. Okay, here we go. We're going to face that chair. This is the leg that's going to step under. Back foot steps back, hips forward, bend the front knee. Bring your hands to your heart. You're facing over the chair, okay, the seat of the chair. Inhale, exhale, fingertips to ceiling. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, back around to warrior one. Exhale, back around to warrior two. Inhale up and around to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Listen. Reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to come to that side angle pose. Now, the hand that's in the air, we're going to windmill it around, put both hands in the seat of the chair. Step that foot back or don't. Bring your weight forward and then press 3 times. Bending those elbows into the side waist, press it up. This is called a chaturanga. Down we go, hatalo push-up. And press it up. Can we do that one more time? Bend that elbow. Those elbows. Press it up. Let's bring that foot forward again. Come back into that warrior two. Flip the palms up and back. Back to warrior two. And we're going to step out of it. So we're moving through those poses with some fluidity, right? Are you getting the feeling of that? Whoo, right, I know. Let's do the other side. Okay, so again, leg next to the back of the chair. Step the other leg back. Hips forward, bend that front knee, bring your hands to your heart. Ha, okay. Are we ready? We got this. Here we go. Fingertips to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, move into that warrior two. Inhale back to that warrior one. Exhale back to that warrior two. Inhale back to your warrior one. Exhale back to your warrior two. Are we ready? Let's reverse that warrior up and back. Back to warrior two, side angle pose. Okay, are we ready? Hands going to come to the chair. Let's step back. Bring that weight forward. Ready for that chaturanga? Here we go. Down and up. Bend those elbows. And up. One more. Down and up. Step forward. Move back to your warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time. And release. Excellent work. Very good. Okay, so we're going to come back to the other side of our chair. And the next pose is called half moon. So half moon is a balanced pose, and we are going to be using our chair as if we had a block, right? So the chair is going to be replacing the block. So let's go ahead and face forward. So the leg next to the back of the chair, again, it's really important that you get that leg is the one that steps under, and then we're going to come back into a warrior two, okay? So we've just done this one, so we know this one well. Belly stays tight. Now we're going to come into a side angle pose. Now what I want you to do is have your weight forward into this leg, okay? And make sure, the other thing to think about is having the knee right over the heel, okay? So you don't want that foot too far forward. You want the knee right over the heel of that foot. Hold on to this chair. We're going to lift this leg up and come into a half moon. One more breath. We're going to put that leg down, and we're going to come into a warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior. We're going to come back into a warrior two. Bring that hand back to the chair. Lift up into that half moon. Notice that my heart is lifted. So I'm not here, right? I'm not all crunched in on myself. I'm lifting up and out. I'm pulling up out of this standing hip, lifting up, using your abdominals. Okay, let's bend that supporting knee. Come back into that warrior two. Flip the palm up and back for that reverse warrior. We've got one more. Let's go back to warrior two. Put the hand in the chair. Press up into that half moon. One more breath. Bend that supporting knee. Put the foot back down. Back to warrior two. And release. How'd that feel? Okay, we got to do the other side. So here we go. Got that foot under the chair. Step back. Let's go ahead and move into that warrior two. And reverse our warrior up and back. Now we're going to put this hand in the chair like a side angle pose. All right, so we've got that chair here. Let's make sure, I'm just adjusting just for a second. I want that knee to be right over that ankle, right? So when you press down, you've got that purchase, okay? Are we ready? Let's lift. Now this side is maybe totally different than the other. It's so common. Lifting up through that standing leg. All right, bend the supporting knee. Put the foot back down. Come back to warrior two. Okay, are we ready? Can we do that again? Here we go. Let's reverse our warrior. Then we're going to come down, put that hand on the chair, and we're going to lift that leg up. Bend the supporting knee, put that foot back down, back to warrior two. Reverse that warrior up and back. This is our last one. Let's do it. See if you can have a real fluid movement here as you lift that leg up. One more breath here. Bend the supporting knee. Back down we go. And release. Okay. So we're going to stay on this side of the chair. We're going to move into a side plank series. Now, again, this is the leg that's next to the back of the chair. You want to be able to bend that knee and feel that chair on that knee or shin. So we're going to take that other leg and step it back. You're up on those back toes. Let's go ahead and come down onto our forearms. And all you're going to do, you're going to leave this front leg right where it is. You're going to windmill and bring this arm up. And notice how I'm coming from the toes, then I'm coming onto the side of that foot. And I'm opening up into that side plank. Let's bring that hand back down. You're back on those forearms. You're on those back toes now. Let's do that again. Open it up. Side plank. All right, bring that hand back down you're on those forearms. All right, so now if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, you're going to bring both feet back. You're in your plank. Then we're going to turn to our side plank. And then we're going to come back. And we're going to move back to that side plank. And back onto those forearms. Let's do one more. Onto that side. Pressing up through these side waist muscles. Pulling up. One more breath. Back to plank. Step forward, and roll it up. We have to do the other side. Ready? Okay. So the foot next to the back of the chair is the one that's going to go under. Step that other foot back. Come onto those forearms. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to leave this leg where it is. We're going to turn onto those back toes. Not really toes. We're on the toes, and then we're turning to the side of the foot. And we're going to open. All right. Let's bring that hand back down. And then let's open it up again. And we're going to come back down. And we're going to open it up again. Okay. Now, if you want the full expression of this pose, we're going to come back. Now we're going to bring that front foot back. So I'm in a full plank. And then I'm going to turn to the side into a side plank. Lifting up. And down we go. Back to plank. Ready? Side plank. And down we go. Woo, we got one more. Here we go. Side plank. And down we go. Bend the front knee. Other leg comes up. And roll it up. All right. Let's come to seated. And grab a sip of water. We're going to move into seated star pose. So we're going to start with just the legs and kind of get the feeling of that. So we're going to heel toe our feet just a couple of times wide. Knees are going to stay bent. Now, I'm moving forward in my chair. You can hold on to that chair if you want to, and we're just going to extend the legs out, and then we're going to bend the knees in. So remember, abdominals are really tight here. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. One more. Extend and bend. Okay, so now we're going to add the arms onto that before we add additional legs. Okay, so remember, lifting up nice and tall, shoulders are down, belly is tight. We're going to extend the legs out, and then our arms are going to go up into, this is a seated star pose. And then we're going to come down, and then we're going to open, and down, and open, and down. One more. Open, and down, and take a little break. Okay, so go ahead and bring those knees together. So now, the add-on for this is, instead of our legs going to start here, our legs are going to start here. So let's just do the legs first. If you want to hold on to that chair, go for it. So they're starting with the knees together, and then we're going to come out and in. You feel the difference, right? It's pretty significant. And out and in. Are you pulling that belly in and out and in? One more. And out and in. Okay. Are we ready to add the arms? Let's do it. Out, in. Out, in. Belly tight. Out, in. Try to make it a fluid movement. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. One more. We've got this. Out and in. How'd that feel, right? We're going to move into a leaning mountain with a twist. Let's extend our hands towards the ceiling for that extended mountain. And we're going to take our right hand down to the chair. We're going to lengthen up, try to touch the ceiling, and then we're going to lean our mountain. Now, as we bring this hand up to towards the ceiling, I want you to turn and look up. We're going to bring that hand over as we lean our mountain again. Take your hand towards the ceiling, turn and look up. Then we're going to do that one final time. Turn and look up. Bring that hand down. And let's go to the other side. Okay, so let's start in our extended mountain. Bring the other hand down to the chair. Lengthen first. Then we're going to lean our mountain. And then we're going to turn and look up at the ceiling. And lean your mountain. And turn and look up at the ceiling. And lean that mountain. Look up at the ceiling. Bring your hands down and release. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. The only difference is, instead of that hand on the chair for support, we're just going to let that hand come down by our side. So we've got to really work your abdominals and your side waist to give yourself that support that we did have with the hand being on the chair. Let's start in extended mountain. Ready? Let's bring that right hand down, but we're not going to touch the chair. Extend that left hand to the ceiling. Now we're going to lean. Keep this hip down. Let's come up and look up at the ceiling. And lean that mountain. Turn and look up at the ceiling. Do you feel the difference? Lean that mountain. Remember, you can always put that hand back on the chair if that feels better. Twist and look up. We got one more. Lean. Twist and look up. And release. Straight to the other side. Extended mountain. Left hand comes down. Right hand extends. Let's lean. And look up at that ceiling. And lean. And up and look at the ceiling. Down we go. Up we go. Last one. And up. Is your belly tight? And release. Wow, right? Are you pulling that belly in super tight? I know, me too. So I'm going to move a little bit forward in my chair. And I'm not going to hold on to my chair. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. I'm going to lift my right knee up. Flex the foot. Push that foot out in front of you. Place the heel on the floor. Lengthen the hands to the ceiling. Bring them forward and walk your hand down the leg. And then up we go. Bring your hands back to heart. Bend the knee, put the foot on the floor. Bend that knee, bend the knee up, flex the foot, extend that leg. Put the foot on the floor, lengthen through the spine, and then walk the hands down the leg. One more breath. Come up, bend the knee, put the foot on the floor. Same leg, bring it up. Flex, push, place the heel on the floor, lengthen through the spine, walk the hands down the leg. Keeping the back flat, looking beyond those toes, feeling that stretch, and up we go. Let's do the other side. Hands to heart, bring that knee up, flex, push through that heel, hold that leg up, pull that belly in, don't lean back. Place the heel on the floor, lengthen through the spine, walk your hands down the leg. Feel that stretch in that hamstring, looking beyond those toes, keeping that back flat. And up we go. Bend the knee. Hands to heart. Extend. Foot down. Lengthen. Walk your hands down that leg. All right, bend the knee, hands to heart. Bring that knee up, flex the foot, extend. Place the foot down, lengthen through the spine, and walk those hands down that leg. One more breath. All right. So now I'm going to take my right ankle and I'm just going to lay it here on my left leg. Now, if this doesn't feel good for you, you can always cross ankle to ankle. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm just going to lengthen through my spine and I'm going to begin to let my heart fall forward. So a little stretch for the hip glute area back here. You feel that? All right, let's go ahead and come up, and then let's rock our baby. Okay, place the leg down, lengthen through the spine, place the elbow there, chin on those fingers, and press gently. If you like that version, smile. And up we go, and rock your baby. Okay, and let's do one final version. I don't care, whatever you like to do. Just feel that stretch. Maybe you like the version that the arms come out and down. It's always a good version. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Just feel the stretch. All right, let's go to the other side. So maybe we just hang out here. You know, you could be great. This could be what you need right here, and that's fine. If you want a little more, you're going to lengthen through the spine and begin to let that heart fall forward. All right, let's come up and rock our baby. And put that leg down. This time I'm going to put my elbow here on that in front of the knee, and my chin is going to press down on those fingers. And up I go. And rock our baby. And the final version. Either of those two, but if you like the one where your arms come out and down, that's a good version. This is my favorite right here. I'm just going to stick with this one. One more breath. All right, go ahead and come up. We made it. Yay! Go ahead and sit back in your chair. You can lean back. Place those hands lightly on the thighs, flipping the palms up if that feels okay. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and close your eyes.
Live right now. You're here now. Think like it. Act like it. There are upcoming events and obligations you know about, and other upcoming twists and turns that will surprise you. As compelling as all that may be, none of it is here yet. What is here and what is now is your life in this moment and your opportunity to live it well. Apply your focus, your thoughts, and your considerable skills to what's going on right now. It's useful to anticipate the future, to plan and prepare for it. Just be careful not to be obsessed or overwhelmed by it. There is much you can live and do and see and experience right now. While right now is here, give those things your top priority. Take a breath, look around, and recognize the powerful time and place you're already in. Then step forward, focused and aware of this moment's great possibilities, and live right now.
Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up at the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with the hands, give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that opposite hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. Click on that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.